Hello folks, and welcome once again to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. Join me today in the village of Wrightington, which is in West Lancashire, and I'm currently making my way up a very damp and a very misty, as you can see behind me, Cooper's Hill. And we're going to make our way today to take a look at a public footpath that was diverted about 18 months ago. And the reason it was diverted was the landowner didn't want the gate to be where it originally was. However, what he or she did was, rather than just move it illegally, they went through the correct procedure and they got a land order to move the gate to where they wanted to re-site it. We're going to take a look in a moment at that public footpath and what the landowner did and what they had to go through in order to change and reroute that public footpath. The reason I'm doing this is some of you will recall that earlier on in the month I did a video from my hometown of Wigan where a landowner there had illegally blocked a public footpath and tried forcing walkers and ramblers such as myself down a route that they prescribed and they wanted you to go down. There is procedures that you have to go through, and there is legal loopholes and things like that you've got to jump through in order to remove a public footpath or divert it if it's on your land. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to contact your local authority and you've got to state to them your reasons for removing or diverting the path from across your land. If it's just simply it's inconvenient and I don't want the public there, they won't let you do it. You've got to give them a sound reason, i.e. it's relating to vandalism or antisocial behaviour on my land, or it's causing problems with my cattle that's there. If it turns out that the prescribed route that you want to send the public down is putting the public out of the way, they won't let you do it. Public footpaths in England and Wales are very important, I think. It allows us, as the public, access to areas of land we would never get to see. And if we don't stand up for our rights when it comes to public footpaths, we'll lose them. It's like anything else. Fair play to this landowner that we're going to take a look at in a moment. They went down the right way of doing it. You know, they probably would have liked to have shut it off completely, but they went through the correct procedure, so fair play to them. Anyway, I'm now making my way to where the path originally was. So we'll whip the camera round and we'll take a look at it now, shall we? Okay, well originally the footpath would have gone through there, or just around these gates. As it's only been 18 months, we can probably still make out across that field where people would have made their way through. There's another gate at the other side. Unfortunately, with that mist coming down, you can't see it. But this is where originally the footpath would have gone. And I'll show you in a moment. You now see there's a sign saying footpath diverted. But more importantly, if we take a little look at the notice beneath it, it states Lancashire County Council, County Surveyors Department, path diversion. This path has been diverted by official order. Please follow the waymarked path. And the arrow points up that track there. And that's very important, that the landowner did get an official order. They applied for permission to officially close this path and divert it. And if we take a look at the public footpath sign there, you can see stapled to it the remnants of what would have been the original public notice stating that they intended closing this and moving the gateway further up. So far so good. This landowner has followed everything that they had to do. Right, I'm going to make my way up that path now, which is a public footpath, although there's a stone there that says private, which you could say is a little bit is a little bit misleading, but as you can see, it's clearly a public footpath, and we'll see if we can go and find where they've moved the gate to, shall we? And here we are at the new entrance to this public footpath. We'll take a closer look. As we can see there, there's a brand new gate been erected, and they've made a clear path through for you. It's very easy for anyone to cross over this field now and rejoin the original path. In fact, you can make out where people have been using this on a regular basis. Unfortunately, because of the mist, you can't see the path heading off to where I know there's another gate, because I've been across this field a few times. There is sheep in this field, so although the landowner's chosen to put dogs on lead, it's a fair point just to remind people that there is sheep grazing in that field there. Clearly marked public footpath. As I say, a brand new gate. Whether or not the landowners bore the whole brunt of this because they wanted to divert this footpath or not, I don't know. The landowner can claim 25% back off the local council, you know, to help costs with maintaining stiles and gates that cross their land. But fair play to them, fair play to them. I'm going to carefully make my way back here now. Hopefully I won't fall bum over pap. We'll take a final look at that gate, what they've put in, admire the job that they've done, then we'll make our way back down that track and we'll wrap this video up. Right then folks, I'm going to head off now and get back to the old jalopies. It's a little bit chilly and a little bit eerie up here in the misty hills of Cooper Hill in Wrightington. Hope you've enjoyed this little video and a look at the correct way to divert a public footpath across private land. So until the next time, from myself, Mr H, as always, bye bye for now.